Captain's log. We have arrived at Horst III to request some advice from the noted Vulcan archaeologist, Chodak. Instead, all we have found here is a recorded message buoy broadcasting continuously.
To whoever hears this message, the sudden incursion into this region of space by a flotilla of Romulan warships has made this remote expedition untenable. For the safety of my crew, I have decided to abandon this site temporarily. In the name of science, I ask that you do not disturb my work on this planet. There's one site that requires special care. The Chodak site seems to have a field that camouflages it to normal sensors. I located it mostly by accident. There is a platform jutting out part way down a deep shaft in the ground. Further investigation has been blocked by an ancient rock slide.
As much as I would like to honor Shanok's request to leave the site alone, we don't have that luxury. The current situation makes it imperative that we learn where this planet Alanor is. This Chodak base may have the information we need. We should form an away team at once to investigate this shaft that Shanok spoke of, but we'll have to be careful to disturb as little on the site as possible.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do for you, Captain?
I'd like to confirm our current orders.
Of course. Your orders are to investigate the real reasons behind the Romulan incursion.
What's your assessment of our recent performance?
I'm pleased to note that you contacted the Klingon attack cruiser Bortas, which intercepted and diverted a squadron of warbirds. Captain Kedra was able to take prisoners and obtain some valuable information about the reasons for the Romulan invasion. Shall I go on?
Please do.
We're proud of the work you did in the Golda sector. Based on the information from the Enterprise and the Bortas, we've reclassified the invasion as an incursion. Shall I go on?
Please do.
The Enterprise successfully defended Com Relay 543 by driving off a squadron of warbirds. Very impressive, Jean-Luc. The Romulans will remember this for some time. Shall I go on?
No, thank you. What is the current situation, Admiral? Is there anything in particular we should be aware of?
The Romulan incursion is all but over. The surviving warbirds have entered the Zatanus Nebula in pursuit of an unknown objective. We think they may be after a legendary superweapon built by the ancient Chodak.
Picard out.
Welcome back to a final Unity, guys. We are now off to another very short mission on Horst III.
Counselor Troy, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander LaForge, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander Data, please report to the transporter room.
I think there's only 4 or 5 things we actually have to do on this mission.
Captain Picard, please report to the transporter room.
Let's make sure we take the isolinear rod and the rod program, and that's all we're going to need.
Beam down coordinates selected.
Nice detailing.
I don't know if these formations are natural, but they're certainly impressive. It's hard to imagine that most of the stars up there were all once part of the Chodak Empire.
Pretty big empire.
It looks like a cave-in covered up something behind that pile of rocks. The tricorder indicates something might have been covered up by this rock slide.
Well, so much for careful digging. Yep, when all else fails, the phaser's the way forward.
That panel over by the wall looks as though it might prove interesting.
Yeah, let's investigate that. This is the first appearance of a Chodak computer terminal. And we just use the isolinear rod as such. And you just twist the rod program around like that.
I'd like to get this information into the ship's computer and find out what it is. I don't see anything special about it.
But that's basically all we're on this planet for. But there are a couple of things I want to check out first.
This device generates the chameleon field that disguises the station when you look at it from space.
So even Chodak space stations have chameleon fields, so you won't be able to tell where they are at all.
The device was set up to measure the time between certain subspace pulses. Once we know where the Chodak were pointing this mounting, we can figure out what they were looking at. The bottom's almost 3.5 kilometers down.
And that is literally all you have to do on this mission.
If we hope to learn anything valuable about the Chodak, we should examine everything we find very closely.
It didn't.
I believe we found as much as we could expect to in an initial inspection like this. We better return to the ship.
Yep, that is it.
Beam us up.
Captain's log. The archaeological site on Horst remains a fascinating mystery. I'm hoping that our ship's computer will be able to analyze the tricorder data we discovered at the Chodak site and tell us quickly what we need to know.
Primary core access enabled. Systems online.
I'm just going into the computer here so we can have a look at what it says about the instruments. There's a rather large amount of techno-babble once again. Basically trying to understand how the Chodak work out their basic units and how they measure everything so that we can either find the Unity device or find Alanor or something. Similar, just anything that'll keep us in the game as far as maybe finding the Unity device goes. But nothing really there of a huge amount of interest.
Sir, we are receiving a signal from Starfleet. It is Admiral Williams.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
An unknown alien race has just crossed the neutral zone into Federation space. All attempts to communicate with them have failed.
Are they hostile?
Definitely. So far, every ship and outpost in their path has been attacked, disabled, and left for dead.
Do we have any idea of their objectives?
That's the strangest part. It looks like they're pursuing the Romulan fleet into the Zatanus Nebula.
Then my first instinct will be to let them go with our blessings.
I wish we could. Unfortunately, Outpost Delta 08 lies directly on their present course. We can't afford to lose it. Proceed at best possible speed to the Yaz system and intercept.
Understood. Picard out.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, shit just hit the fan in an amazing way. We are basically... a second alien race has now followed the Romulans across the neutral zone, and for those of you in the know, you will realise this is a very unpleasant fight. But we will get to that next time, and we'll also figure out what the hell's going on here, hopefully.
What are your orders, Captain?
Set course for the Yaj system. Maximum warp. Engage.